You can go buy those wart pads, which are basically just tape with stuff on them, and you leave them on there for a couple days. It's the same thing, but it's like, no, that's not homeopathic, because I need to use shit out of my, like, you know, out of my toolbox.
Well, why is it that, you know, homeopathic remedies tend to be like a spiritual New Age kind of mentality, but why at the same time do I feel like Red Green could be giving these health tips? It's like, if your wife is complaining about your warts and all you got around is duct tape, well, it's like...
So now I did just realize, are we positive that this isn't somebody just fucking around? Like on Reddit, there's the subreddit Ask a Shitty Doctor, and they just put shit like this up just to fuck with people. And it's like telling you this isn't real, like, medical advice, you know? But, like, they just say this to kind of screw with people, you know?
Well, I feel like some of these people have to be serious because, like, one of these other ones that I came upon, my mom actually just... this is how my family dynamic works. She just called me up the other day, and for the sole reason of telling me this remedy, is because my sister had to get, like, her ear flushed, which actually I've had to do once in the past when you have, like, a bunch of buildup of earwax, and it sucks. But
oh yeah,
she's like, so I learned this. If you just really the real way to clean out your ears is tilt your head to the side and pour an ounce of hydrogen peroxide into your ear, and then keep your head tilted sideways for 5 minutes, and it'll bubble out, but it'll clear out all the earwax. So that maybe this is like that boric acid sort of situation, like whereas pensive, because that just doesn't sound like a good thing to do to yourself.
Well, especially with the boric acid, put acid into your eye. That doesn't sound, really like something that you wanna do.
but she, because she told me this, and then also I came upon the same advice on the homework that I was doing. Like, clearly this isn't just an isolated thing. Like, people do this shit, I guess. I mean, my mom was one of those people that got into the neti pots, and then people started dying because of, like, they're using, like, dirty tap water,
not cleaning them right,
amoebas.
Right?
Yeah. Not cleaning them right, and, like, basically shooting bacteria and amoebas up into their, you know, sinuses and getting infections and shit. But
I think I saw a house that was, like, about that shit happening, actually, an episode.
Oh, really?
Once. They're like, yeah, because, you know, they'd, like, I don't know if you ever watch it, but sometimes they'd, like, go investigating people's, like, apartments. And I remember, they're, like, looking all over, and then they, like, find the neti pot. That's how I remember that's what, like, the episode was about. Yeah, like, oh, fuck.
Dumb
Here
bitch
we go.
in the bathroom with the neti pot. Solved it.
I mean, I gotta say, to me, the hydrogen peroxide in the ear, that actually did make a good amount of sense, but it sounds like hella uncomfortable. In 5 minutes sounds like a really long time to have that shit in your ear. Like,
right. Well, I just thought
5 minutes is longer than people realize.
It is, especially when you're doing something like that. I just thought it was uncomfortable though when I came upon it in my research here, that, like, they're, like, warning. They had a disclaimer, like, you're going to hear a lot of bubbling and uncomfortable noises as this hydrogen peroxide is eating away the bacteria and wax in your ear. I'm like, yeah, like, no shit.
I thought it was gonna be something like, like, you can't use an ear candle because that's too much, like, real medicinal type use. So you got to go get yourself some birthday candles and, like, a paper towel tube.
Happy birthday.
Work some duct tape in there and somehow clean out your ears that way.
Just
I don't know. I've heard good
make a
things
little
about
cone
the ear
of duct tape and shove it in there. So I got another one here. This is a cure for swimmer's ear. Here we go again. Pouring random shit in our ears. Apparently, if those listening, if you've ever been swimming and you get a bunch of water in your ear, you can get, like, that feeling. Everyone knows it, when it just, like, feels like your ear is still full of water, even though it's not. But apparently, you're supposed to drop put like 3-4 drops of vinegar in your ear and hold it there. I don't know.
That seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? That just seems like you're making your swimmer's ear zesty.
If you want to balance out the flavor of your swimmer's ear, just put a little vinegar in there. It'll cut down on. I don't know. I don't understand, because you'd think you'd want to get the liquid out. So yeah, I could see if you lit a birthday candle and tried to evaporate, out of your ear.
Yeah, you're setting up a whole birthday dinner in your ear, man. You got the vinegar, you got the candles. It's you're really going to town, just happy birthday to me.
Oh, yeah. And dumping a little flour, bake a cake in there.
Yeah. I don't know if you put vinegar in cake, but...
Well, you said the whole dinner, so it'd be all
okay.
together,
Okay, yeah. You
so it'd be
make
all the elements... Event. Almost like how it ends up when it's in your stomach, It's more like you're doing that. Yeah,
sure. All ends up in the same place, sort of situation.
Exactly.
Well, I got one more, and this is another one that my mom told me very excitedly over the phone, and that was she came upon the information that if you ever have a stomach ache, if your stomach ever hurts, just drink Coca-Cola, because cola syrup was a 19th century remedy for upset stomach, which I just wanted to explain to her, maybe, original, you talked about the cocaine and the cough medicine and all that before, original.
No, cocaine was in Coca-Cola. That's why it's Coca-Cola. There was cocaine. It was supposed to be a cold medicine.
Yeah,
is what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, originally it was, and she's still operating off of this 1800s Coca-Cola. Sure, probably had actual cola syrup in it. 2021 Coca-Cola does not have any real ingredients in it. So
right.
This is not going to help. I mean, carbonated beverages, sure, kind of help with that, but I go for ginger ale or 7-Up or something in that circumstance.
That's what I was just going to say. I definitely do that with soda, but it's not Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola I find to be way too heavy if I got an upset stomach. Yeah, I want definitely some ginger ale or Sprite, but even sometimes I think Sprite, well, 7-Up's better than that because Sprite can be too sweet in my opinion, for that sort of thing, Yeah, it's pretty fun. I don't understand the fascination with all this stuff. You're not preventing yourself from buying anything. It's probably not all that much cheaper than if you went to and actually bought things intended for this purpose. You know what I mean? If you got warts, I think one of those things are the wart things, a box of that's $4.
Freeze them up.
Yeah, I don't really see what the benefit is other than what, do you just want to think you're smarter than a doctor? I can fix myself with duct tape.
That's gotta be the whole thing, man. That has to be it. It's that again, the aforementioned the pharmaceutical companies just want to feed you all this stuff where you could just do it naturally by yourself because this is how our ancestors did it, and we're smarter actually. They're no, you're not. you read a fucking.
See,
Wikipedia
it really is the worst thing about the internet because now we just got a bunch of people that have very limited knowledge, but about a billion things. We're just running out of specialists and that you trust too, because where somebody actually becomes an expert about something, and then we defer to them because they've spent their whole lives, doing this. But now what those people do is they become experts. They spend their whole lives doing this shit. They write one paper. People read that one paper and they're well, now I know everything that person knows, so I'm also a fucking expert in this field now.
Well, yeah, and now it's the people think they're making a statement, and not that these people are wrong, But I see it a lot these days online where people are like, trust science, trust science. Like, yeah, of course. Like, that was kind of the standard for a long fucking time. That why is this all of a sudden a special statement to make? Like, I guess we've gotten that far gone as a fucking society that people need to say trust science. But like, I feel like, man, like I don't even know how to articulate this thought. Just how fucking like entitled to their opinion people get because of the availability of information. Like, exactly as you said, like I read this one article that means I know everything that this doctor knows, and that this is my, because like I'm smart now, so here I'm going to tell you what to do. Tape a fucking onion to the bottom of your foot because I heard that works once.
Yeah, and it is funny because there's sorry, I was trying to think of an example, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to come up with anything off the top of my head, but I've actually seen something fairly interesting recently where it was talking about trust science, but it was like, and how people are saying that, but it was showing like how that even is like contradicted by like most people, because you have people who like will say trust science in this realm, but they don't want to trust it in this other place, so it's just like it's like for instance, this isn't the greatest example and it's not like the funniest, but like flat earthers are going on planes and they're bringing like tools, they're bringing like levels and like protractors and they think they're doing science, you know what I mean?
I just love the thought of a fucking just dude in a MAGA hat with a level sitting in an airplane, and it's like some poor soul has to be next to this guy. He's like, see, it's the same. It's not moving because I'm holding it up.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and then this is like something I think about, and we talk about fair amount in general, just like people that do shit like that and have no shame. Like, how do you sit on a plane taking videos, being loud, professing your flat earth theories, and just in the middle of all these people and have no like shame or thought about like what a fool you look like? I get so concerned about like everything not everything, but so many little things that I shouldn't like have like weird anxiety about, and then like you just look at these people like, where does that come from? Because you could be probably putting that to a lot better use.
Oh yeah, man. I just feel like shame is a thing of the past, at least in general society. Like, people just want so badly to be right that it doesn't matter what you look like anymore. And part of that, like, everyone wants that. Like, I guess personally, maybe I'm a little envious that like these people don't care how fucking stupid they look in public. Because I wish I had that. Like, I'm way overly concerned about that. Yeah, like I think about that too much. So like, shit. I mean, I guess you do you. You're still gonna look like an asshole, but at least you can be proud of it. At least proud of yourself, then.
I think eventually things will balance out, and I think people like start to realize that like the internet is more of a tool. It's not like everything, and maybe people will get back to like. I mean, it's always funny. It's always such a conflict, as we sit here and make a podcast that we hope people will listen to and like potentially will make some money, but at the same time, like we do it because we like to do it. And it doesn't really matter how many people listen. So, but it's always a back and forth. Like, it just seems that that's like. I think I haven't heard recently. Maybe we talked about this at some point on the podcast recently. But I heard that like there was a poll of like 16 to 20-year-olds about what they want to do, and like 60 to 70% of them said they want to be like social media influencers. Like that's what people see as the career goal. Like it just. That's what like concerns me too, is people just go like, I don't really. I can just spend all my time on the internet, get all my education